Thanks, commercial, for telling me about gluten-free bread.
Did you know that this bread contains...
Oh my god, this bread.
that you will never buy.
Look at this delicious bread. Too bad you don't know where to buy it. Do you know what gluten is? No, but you don't want it.
We don't even know if your state has it, but here's a commercial anyway.
Would you like to ungluten? Well, too bad.
We don't know if your state has gluten, the protein.
Gluten bread?
Bread? That...
I love he doesn't even know how to process that way. He's like, good.
No, I'm loving all of this shit about people who are like obsessed with not eating gluten. It's protein. It's in grain. That's how bread is made. It makes gluten. People are treating it like this new thing that you're not supposed to eat.
Well, don't.
Don't eat it. It's bad for you.
Like, why is it bad for you? That's what I don't get.
Let's see what they say about it.
Because it's not cool.
Gluten. Why is it bad? I don't know why I typed that into Google that way, but...
just why is it bad? Gives you a whole list of other things.
Celiac disease is on the rise, and most people remain undiagnosed because of gluten. Gluten prevents doctors. Gluten sensitivity is much more common and also has serious consequences. But don't tell me why. Gluten may cause adverse effects even in people who don't have gluten sensitivities. Well, I don't have a gluten sensitivity since I've been eating it since a kid. Many brain disorders are associated with gluten, and patients see dramatic improvement on a gluten-free diet.
Well, then I will not speak against it again.
And that's just number 5. Number 5, gluten may be addictive. It's like crack. Gluten is associated with autoimmune diseases. Well then, you will die.
So this is the podcast, guys.
Gluten.
Gluten.
Learning.
Did you watch the first 30 seconds of that video, Yoshi? Or are you gonna save it for later?
I never watch anything of Sleeping Dogs ever, so...
It's
always a surprise when I open it. So.
It's not a spoiler too much, but I was testing out the headset with recording through my system, and the video came out great, but because I was using this headset that I just got, it didn't record the audio. So I did like 30 or 40 minutes of recording, and then I went, ugh, and had to start recording again. So there's a little small chunk of main missions that happened. Nothing that was like plot super duper relevant, but it was still like part of the game.
Yeah.
I had a small montage that's 30 seconds in length to let people know what that's about. That's the only thing I'll spoil.
Okay.
You'll all see.
I thought it was going to be Wei Shen the Mime, and I was going to say finally, but that's fine.
Sorta.
Nothing can make Wei Shen talk.
Maybe get hit by cars and stuff. Oh yeah, I won't spoil. This next video is pretty funny in the terms of car hitting.
Oh, wow, a Sleeping Dogs video is funny?
No!
Anyway, the point of this particular podcast, we don't have anything to celebrate. We don't even necessarily have any big updates or anything. I just wanted to have a podcast. And
and that was the podcast. Thank you for coming.
I mean, we can give some quick updates. There are some things coming up. Let's see. Midnight Frog, Star Trek Frog Abridged. No progress on that. That just hasn't been happening.
Here's an update. Yeah, it's kind of...
Update? There's no update. Guess it's updating itself.
Back with the Canada platoon. Yeah, nothing. Back with everything else.
Now seeing what the Caravan Balloon's up to. They're just playing basketball. So anyway.
Like, we've just been busy with shit. Yoshi and I are finishing up our semesters.
Mine's
and I had a rough May, so...
Yeah, it's been an eventful month. A lot of shit has happened. And it's only like, what, week 3, 4?
Nothing's good happened to me this month, so it's not been a good month for me, but... Been kind of distracting me on a life term, but... Still capturing some gaming stuff when I can, and I've got to get around to actually helping with writing and stuff soon enough.
It is too bad that, I'd like to do more gaming stuff since I'm probably going to be free for most of the summer. But, at the current rate of the Patreon thing, I'm not going to be able to afford to fully upgrade my computer until August, after I have this time to do anything gaming related.
And your glasses are broken. Oh no. Sorry, no one got the Twilight Zone reference. Okay.
I like the comment there. Maybe the Carrier Platoon's hooked up with Task Force 141. Yeah, about that fanfic. It just has no ending. So Soap and the guys are just going to be stuck in Pony World forever.
They soon died from malnutrition because they
I mean, I
couldn't get the
did
horses
say
working.
that. I did I'm the reason why the guy stopped writing the fanfic in the first place.
You need to write a final chapter.
Like that's why I've been saying for like at least a year or two. Like I'll just write the last chapter, but it's not going to be a happy one.
It does need to be a legit ending chapter. You do just some bullshit, but put it up as the final chapter, and people will stop comment.
Last time on fucking, what was it called? Friendship is Power. We gotta stop Makarov. Next chapter, we killed Makarov. The end.
We gotta kill Makarov, chapter 2. Bang. The end.
just one word. Bang. Bang. And then Makarov totally died. And Ghost died again. His name is Ghost.
Go. My people need me.
We will now go back to the Earth. But the stupid thing is, like, they were taken out of a war to go fight another one. So if they successfully finish this one, they still have another world to save if they go back. So it's like, oh, they saved Horse World, then they went back to Human World, and Human World blew up. The end.
Ta-da!
That was fucking pointless. Oh, and Rainbow Dash fucked the dead guy. The end.
I'm so glad. The fact that I even listened to this makes I have no referential points for this, which makes it even more glorious.
I've tried to go back and listen to those fanfic recordings, the old ones. I can't.
It's just not possible.
But there's people involved in it that just kind of ruin it.
Really, the only fanfiction I read is the book known as Dracula 2010. Because it has multiple stories in it that are fantastic.
The book.
Yep, it is a whole book. And he kicked a ninja for a backflip. There are such glorious stories as Te Pisombanik Cowboy, Comuter Virus. The psionic cowboy fights a space station. And you are crime detective.
You are crime detective?
What makes it perfect, this guy... And the funny thing is he has a table of contents, but he just calls it contents. Forgot the T. But this guy, I guess, got so famous for writing, he decided to write a book and sell it of his fan fiction. But he gave away a PDF copy for free, which I have, which is fantastic.
Did it ever sell, though?
And I really wanted to buy it and say, I will only buy it if you sign the book. It is the only...
With your username.
Exactly.
Oh, I need to check and see if Blue Blitz is updated.
I think I've checked. It's still... I think the guy just stopped.
This isn't glorious. Chapter 1 of Comuter Virus is... Jerry Henbecker was it on the internet. I am using computer, he wisely.
Yeah, it still hasn't updated. The last update was back in June 11th of last year. So, I guess Blue Blitz is just... I don't want to say it's dead, but I don't think the dude's going to come back.
So, Travis, that line sounded awfully familiar. Was the book by any chance written by Hans von Hosel?
No.
It sounded like one of his lines.
It is written by Peter Chimera, who wrote Half-Life, Quarter-Life to Destruction, or whatever that is.
Is that with Gordon Freeman's brother or whatever?
No, that was the other one. This is the one where he pushed a reactor into the sea so it wouldn't blow up Dallas. But Dracula 2010 is the best. Like, every time I've gotten a group of people together that are either just actors or people do voicing or just for fun, we read Dracula 2010 because it's about a secret agent battling Dracula. That's also can travel through time and does a lot of backflips. There's even a part of the book where he does a backflip to stop someone else from doing a backflip.
I think I remember we read it like forever ago.
Oh yeah, and that was just one story of this book.
I recorded lines for this audiobook recording of it. Has there been any update on that, or have you just kind of?
Oh, I don't know if I still have the audio, but the problem was I got a number of people send in lines that were just pure terrible, and nothing shoots down your motivation. Like getting those lines, you're just like, ugh. But it was fun getting Cal Hebert to be the narrator.
Yeah, that was great. Kicks the ninja for a backflip.
And plus, I asked him to do it as seriously as possible, so it made it. Time was in Transylvania.
But you have a whole team of voice actors that you already work with.
Yeah, I could just hit him all up for that purpose. I just love because I sent him just like, look, I won't be able to pay for this, but I'm gonna let you read the first chapter. And if you like it, please send me a sign. And I get it like lines like 2 hours later. So I was like, that's a good sign. Oh my god. I love reading this first line of these books. Jim's mystery. Jim McRage was at a wedding, which was his wedding.
but his name, but the name. Hang on.
Jim McRage.
I'm Bob angry all the time.
Oh my god. Please tell me we can read this. It's a really short story.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean it's an anything podcast this week. So.
Let me capture and put it into the chat. I don't know if you guys actually have the book. I don't think you do, but
no. I think you sent that to me when I had my old crappy computer.
Ooh, guys, before we get into that, just want to quickly say I might finally be starting a band soon, and I'm really
awesome.
excited.
Hey,
and it's not like the last 2 or 3 years where I've been saying it might happen, it hasn't. Literally tomorrow, I'm meeting up with 3 or 4 other people.
That's awesome.
Guitarist, drummer, and bassist, so something might actually be happening this time.
If you want, I'll be the narrator. Someone has to be Jim McRage.
Jim McRage. I love that name.
Who wants to be Jim McRage?
I'll be Jim McRage.
Okay. I don't know any of the other characters, but as we read through it, he can jump in and
it's
get
like
the role.
It's like one of those old cartoon names where it's like, oh, it's Charlie Duncanson. He's great at basketball. Like, well, shit, it's in his name.
But this guy is angry all the time, apparently.
Jim McRage.
So, okay. This is the story known as Jim's Mystery by Peter Chimera. Chapter 1, Is It Happy? Jim McRage was at a wedding, which was his wedding. Who's the fiancée? Dorothy.
I do.
Said Jim's fiancée, Dorothy, who was wearing a big dress.
Okay.
Said the minister, and he married... Oh, I hear an ad.
Oh, wow, the story's so good it has advertising.
I'm closing out of this damn thing. Goddamn macaroni and cheese. I don't give a shit.
Jim McRage likes macaroni and fucking cheese.
I like macaroni and cheese!
Okay, said the minister, and he married them, and they kissed to have the audience applaud. Who plays Grandma?
It is so beautiful.
Said Grandma, but just then an out-of-control smashed into the church.
What a ruin!
Jim, they exclaimed. The wreck ruined the big moment. The minister looked inside the car viewing and discovered a reveal.
There is no driver!
So the mystery was that it was a remote-controlled or that the guy jumped out of the driver's side door before the actual smashing. A guest man who was a mechanic. So they got him to look at the cars.
I don't see any evidence.
So pretty soon then, Jim got back from honeymoon. He get a call from that police.
What the fuck? This is Officer Victorix, but I can't talk over the phone.
Jim and Dorothy met Officer Victorix. Only Dorothy was out doing errands.
We don't know what made the car crash.
Jim, okay.
Then maybe car was haunted.
Could be. The past owner was died in the forest fire, but I cannot tell you how it happened because it's classified.
Jim was unnervedly shocked because he was forest ranger and he worked with a lot of forest fires.
That is all of my time.
Officer Victorix lefted.
Thank you for your information.
said Jim went back to playing Xbox 360. 3 years later, Jim fell down the stairs in a security job. When he did in the hospital, he said,
I thought it would be safer.
but it was not a funny joke.
How did you fall down the stairs?
Dorothy required.
I do not know. It felt like I pushed.
You must find out who pushed.
But my report was that building would be empty.
He shackled at her mindly.
What, it could be Ghost?
Wait, what the fuck? The next line. How do I do this? Okay. Wait, I think I got it.
Nonsense.
She screamed quietly.
Bullshit.
No, she screamed quietly.
I don't believe one ghost at all.
But Jim saw a pattern and wanted to see why ghosts wanted to harm him. And an afternoon when Dorothy went all the way to work, Jim consulted a psychic, but it was not a good psychic, and she was scam arstisting at him.
I tell you all about it for 5,000.
Jim broke a gasp.
5,000? What a train wreck.
But that is why I tell you who pushed you.
Aha, I did not tell you I was pushed. You are scamming me.
So he punched her in the middle of her hair and waked out.
It's a good thing I saw through the plan.
He remaked to his great muscles.
Look out, mister!
She said it was a little girl.
There's a ghost on you head!
So Jim ducked and Big Ghost flipped off and went into a swirling.
How did you know?
I have power to find ghosts.
Said girl.
It must be important that you find me.
That sounds so possible.
Jim scratched his elbow.
My ghost power tells me that about you were at a fire in 1998.
Yes, it was terrible, and someone died because I broke my leg and could not save the Mr. Brockernson.
Then it is not to life to save him from eternal angry.
So they drove to the forest where it was dark at night. What? And then,
It's a pretty dark night tonight.
As opposed to...
yeah, I know. And the mist was so misty it hurt Jim's eyes out.
God, this mist is so misty.
It hurts my eyes out.
Do not look at the mist.
Okay.
Jim packed. They arrived at the old forest where the fire was so many times along. The little girl was past her bedtime.
You have to tell the ghost what is your truth.
Okay, Mr. Brockinson, I am sorry that I did not save you from the fire, but my leg was broke and it made me slow.
He upsetted,
So it's okay to forgive me.
and he drove the little girl home.
Where were you not at home?
He spells home correctly in the next sentence. What the hell? Her parents asked.
It's okay, ma'am. I am Forest Ranger, and she was safe the whole time.
Okay.
So Jim went home to have happy life. Chapter 2. No!
Hi, honey. I was out last night taking care of ghosts.
I told you not to interfere with that balderdash.
Yes, but I took a little girl to the forest, and it turns out I am haunted by the ghost of a forest fire.
Oh, not good.
But it's okay now, so we can enjoy our slevs.
But suddenly it was unover, and to ghost possessed to Dorothy.
Grr, you killed me.
Great crap.
The ghost of Dorothy shammed.
No, Mr. Brockernson, I explained that I did not.
I am evil ghost and will never stop torment.
That is why you pushed.
Jim told him and shot Dorothy with his gun happily. So the ghost was dead for life.
What happened?
Dorothy gasped.
I killed the ghost in you, so I hope you are very okay.
Yeah, I am fine.
The end.
I would buy this book.
I shot you and the ghost went away.
This book. I'm saying it incorrectly because of the damn book. This book is glorious.
This book is glorious.
Oh my god.
I think I just went home to play his Xbox 360.
I know, man. Let me tell you something super important. All right, let me just get this achievement right here.
You're haunted by ghosts.
Okay, bye forever. just leaves the story.
Okay, so I've been on the review page for the Tale of Prince Blue Blitz, and I just like how the reviews haven't changed in like half a year or so. So like July 2013, this is painful to read. Same month, utter shit. September 24, what a waste of talent. October 8, lulz. November 4th, the Midnight Frogs brought me here, and that's the last one. That kind of says everything, I think.
Maybe I should stop linking these stories in the description.
Probably.
You're just trying to help them get noticed.
Yeah, like, hey,
writings.
read along, kids. Look how awful it is.
And I love that we're just like, thanks. You're thinking me. Wait a minute.
And it wasn't even the Midnight Frogs, it was your channel.
It was me.
Me.
It was, let's see, at the time, I was the only one considered to be a Midnight Frog in the group. Me and Jacob and you. That's it, at the time.
I'm going to try to save this one other short story until maybe a little bit later in the podcast, but there is one called the Comuter virus.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a pretty short story.
Yes, Way Past Cool does have a sequel. And there's like 30 chapters for both, and we're still in the first story.
And the writing doesn't get any better over time.
No, I read the first few lines of the sequel, and like Sonic is still in Horse World, so I guess he just gave up on the Emerald thing.
Maybe he found a Chaos Emerald.
Maybe he felt like one, and then he just quit.
Too much work.
Let it race again, right for that? No, for the love of fucking God.
Surprised he can stand it. They feel like most of the time they just kind of mess with him. Like throwing him into a lake.
I think he just creeps them out.
Like he's trying to laugh and trying not to drown.
Surprised this guy was able to write a table of contents.
And it's contents.
Contents, right.
Scroll down where it says Comuter virus.
Page 21.
But actually, I think it starts in 27, so I don't know what he's talking about.
He can't write. Okay, I found it.
PDF page number 27.
Yeah, PDF page 20. Okay, yeah, there is chapter 1. I'm on it.
Chapter 2.
I love that. But there's a character named Jerry Henbecker who wants to be a computer hacker.
I'll be Jerry.
All right.
I'll just be whoever else shows up.
The story is Comuter virus by same author. Chapter 1. Jerry Henbecker was it on the internet.
Jerry Henbecker was it on the internet.
Yep, he was it on the internet.
I invented it.
I am using computer.
He wisely. He was using that to chat with girlfriend of his 2 years and to study for Comuter silence.
Computer silence.
Comuter silence. He wanted to be a IT because his father was Jim Henbecker, who was a cop that deals with crime problems. But Jerry wanted to do the same, but only with computer crimes like viruses.
But don't worry.
He chatted with fingers on the keyboard.
I do not have handcuffs.
Girlfriend Sheila Gibson did not find the joke funny because she had to go.
BRB later tonight at our date at 8:00 p.m.
He logged him. He studied more, but before the deet, he noticed a activity.
There are less viruses on the internet. I have to find out why if I want to be a computer detective.
So he worked on it for a while before he's late for date at nearly 9 on clocks.
He always stand me up.
His girl Fred rankled, but
when do you show up here?
He said,
Sorry I'm late of what time it is.
Well, you will be late to breaking up if you cannot change her anyway. I have to go because I am too upsettled.
And she's throwing into taxi?
Great grief, I messed it up.
Jerry the next Charlie Brown.
Jerry stabbed his fro head.
What?
Jerry stabbed his fro head.
But the day was not done of disasters for that because he was get moved trying to go home.
You must give me wallets.
Jerry's wallet.
But I don't have money.
I like we act like the wallet. As a character.
He says with the thing in his.
But even better, the next line. So the two muggers said,
Okay.
but they had to beat him up.
They had to.
Jerry learned how to cop move and punched the mugger in the left head. Mugger 2.
Hey.
And grappled Jerry's collarbone, so Jerry elbowed them in thick shoulder.
That is just enough hurt for me to escape.
Jerry escaped at him, but the first mugger graped him and broke his arm. Jerry ran home and got a cast at the hospital the next day. So far, it was not a lucky week. See? See?
See?
Letter C.
Chapter 2.
After.
Oh, God. Next Thursday, Jerry had a text, but because of his busy, he did not get a very high test and was only got a B.
Use will have to shape up,
Said Professor Girlshevel. So Jerry went home to study, but also watched news, and it was about how scientist Robert Carlmo was discovering a new invention, but then he got interruption phone ring. Sheila.
Hello, I am sorry about.
It was Sheila call about his broken arm.
But I am still mad that you are always late on time.
So should I be early or?
Be late, you asshole!
You won't be late this time.
Jerry said and talked her to medieval times for a special occasion.
I won't be late because we're going back to the past.
Fancy. Take her to the medieval times. He picked her up at 7 sharply o'clock, and they will get to 7:15 before traffic made impossible.
What a grief.
Jerry maked his head with his undriving hand.
This time's it not at my fault.
Sheila said from passenger seat away.
I know, but we will have to get Parsian.
Turns out it was an explosion.
We will have.
Jerry got out of the car, and so did Sheila, but their car got trapped inside the car when the explosion came closer. I don't know. Jerry's only choice was to make the door open, so he used her to come out his door, which was not stuck, and they jumped out of the way before we were going to blow up. God, this is so hard to read. He and Sheila did a rolled off the bridge biffos. The explosion came. They fell of overpass onto windshield of lower car like a huge smashing. Motorless shouted out his car and shouted,
You cracked my winch!
I'm sorry.
Okay, he's a chorus.
You cracked my windshield! How outrageous!
Jerry was not well. His arm already broken, so he was pained to not speak effective.
There was explosion.
Shield said exasperably and wiping a sweat off her brow.
Her brother came along.
Yep.
It must be Dr. Carmel's new invention. It can turn computer program into other machine.
I am not understanding.
She criped.
Someone made a computer virus for cars to explosion.
So they got right out in there to tell the police, but no one believed them. They walked in.
Police station.
A woman cop squibed.
We need to report a computer virus.
Okay, but what time of computer virus?
Jerry banked his right fist in the cast.
It's not computer virus no mores. It's in cars and one was explode.
The cop said.
Okay, we'll look into that.
But Jerry soughed and they did not believe him, so he So he worked out.
What do we do now?
Jerry buckled himself.
We should not get involved.
No time for that anymore.
Jerry growled. Author's note, I forgot to, by the way, Jerry and the drivers exchanged insurance information.
But if you took the time to... Okay.
I forgot to add that in, sorry. Even though I wrote this book and I could just add that in.
Right?
Chapter 3, or I'll just say it, Chapter 3.
Chapter 3, it has to be chapter.
Yes.
Jerry spoke with his father, Jim.
So this is what happened. We could have brought dead.
I believe you because you are my child, but I'm retired, and I can't make the other polices understand of this virus, so I will have to help you other way.
Thanks for the guidance, you are, good father.
So Jim gave him some equipment too.
Okay, goodbye.
Interrupted, I guess.
Get out of here, you little scamp.
Jerry would always remember his father even if he did die in a terrible accident later on. Ow!
I will always remember my dad who's gonna die, and I know it.
Who just died.
Ah.
It was still a good day. Mr. Henbecker, you are... Oh, that's actually a person. Okay. Who's the professor? I guess I'll... Mr. Henbecker, you are late for an important class. That professor demangled.
Sorry, Professor, I was kept up.
Jerry is stumbling with his cast, but did not want to use it excuse. Very well, but you have a lot of work to computer. And Jerry got straight to class. While working, he got a decision.
That's why the virus is gone. Somebody take the viruses off the internet and put them in car.
And he told Sheila to cell phone that what he said.
What means that?
What means is this? Any kind of technology is a threatened.
They heard an alarming beep.
What sound? I do not have call waiting.
No.
Jerry alarmed her.
Some baddie is tracing this call. Maybe viruses in phone.
So they threw their cell phones, then they blowed up. Mr. Henbecker, you appear cell phone has exploded. Professor.
Yes, I am okay, but I got away. You have to be careful because they can put a virus in phones.
That is hard to believe, but I saw it with my own eyeball.
One.
Now that the criminals now that the cyber criminals know I'm on the crime, everyone is in danger.
So Jerry logged off the computer and fled feet to where Shayla was her apartment parking lot.
Shelley, it is marvelous luck to find you.
Jerry! Frightened!
It is okay, do not use technology until this is all blowed over.
How will we get there?
We must get to Robert Carmo and tell him his invention is being used for Terrified. But we cannot take taxi just in cage.
What if we're too far to walk?
We could travel in the cage. Sheila wondered dustfully.
We will need a bicycle or horse.
Only those two.
That's it!
Sheila remarked.
There are horse carriage rides in downtown establishment.
So they waltzed the ran at time until they found downtown just in time for a power outage.
Remarkable.
A downtown man had a mustache.
Meanwhile,
The power's out. Whoa, that guy's a mustache.
Yeah.
They arrived at the scene and started to rain like the part in V for Vendetta. Or Vandana. V for Vandana. But except there was no lights on.
But I wondered what happened.
Asked a coach who he was on the horse carriage. Jerry clammed in.
It could be a techno-low-joke-hole bisaster, so it is a good thing you have a horse. Where can I take you, fine folks?
The coach smelled brightly.
You smell like fire. We need to take my one-ways trip to San Francisco.
Jerry said and pulled out a gun.
So let's make it express.
Where did you get those guns?
Surprise Sheila.
When your father is a cop, you can unlock a lots of problems.
Chapter 4.
Chapter 4.
after Fuar.
They got to Dr. Caramo's lab quarters. Okay. Where it's really later, so late it was sun coming up, apparently. Apparently. Not my own story, but apparently it's coming up. The Powers was out in San Francisco also, but lab was operating at full complacency.
This place seems happy with what's going on. This seems like an odd anomaly.
Jerry wondered with head scratch. He proceeded into the lobby.
Excuse me, sir. We will have to check your guns.
Yes, sir, my gun is right here.
How ballsy is that? Let me check out your gun. Sure, I got one right here. Oh, damn it. And Jerry put it on the table and his security guard signed.
Do you have a appointment?
No, but I was panacing news about Dr. Carmel's invention being used to explode things that he needs to acknowledge ASAPly.
Assassfully.
Asaply.
I understand. I will patch you Rit's throat.
I will pat you in the throat.
You appear to be bleeding from the gunshot. So Jerry and Sheila walked through a hallway into a door, but a guard had to swipe a metalled card because the door was high technology. It could not possibly in small California town. San Francisco's not small. What?
I am not used to.
Jerry remarked. Sheila agreed she was intimidated.
I'm intimidated.
They went in and Dr. Carmel had a really lab coat. Whoa!
Oh, shit!
That was working hard on the science.
The lab coat was working on.
Yep.
Dr. Carmo, you are brilliant scientist.
Thank you. You are very kind. But what can I do for you? I am very boozy.
Drunk on my ass.
Oh, yeah.
I have to fortunately inform you that your invention is being used for evil purposes.
Those evil damn porpoises, they're the ones blowing up tins. Jerry Carmel turned around and said, "You better stay here. There is safe in my holding chamber." And big metal cage formed around them with the technology of fast metal claws.
How is this help? Demand you!
No, it is I who made the cars explode because Simone wanted to expose my creation. But then you tossed to the police, and now I have to stop you.
What crap?
Robert Carlmo shouted, "No, it is a genius. Before I make this invention, I was only an English professor, and nobody respected my job. Now everyone can see that I can do because my newest addication in the program that made it turned computer viruses into human viruses." He took out a syringe and said, "Here is deadly virus that makes people so sick they die from it, and only I have the vaccinate."
This'll make you so sick you'll die.
Whoa.
Kill you to death!
I like how the sickness is like, what is the symptoms of sick? Being dead. So suddenly there was an earthquake.
San Francisco.
And the Dr. Carlmo dropped the siren and it landed on his leg. "Oh no, I injected with my own virus."
Oh no, myself!
Jerry said.
Here is the antivirus.
And shot him in the head deadly. Sheila's crazied.
They security took your gun!
That was Fake's gun. I kept the real one hidden just didn't have to.
So they went home and they had a relaxing vacation.
It is good thing we do not have to be scared of technology,
Sheila said.
Okay, but why is your cell phone ringing?
Author's note. Why does its cell phone ring? Left up to your imagineering.
Imagineering.
I got a phone call.
Oh, I love that. "I'm going to inject you and make everyone die." Earthquake. Oh no!
But I just love how it lands perfectly on him.
And managed to inject itself.
Oh no!
Here's a cure, a gunshot to face.
I like that cliffhanger at the end.
Jerry, my phone is ringing. Why?
Phones don't do that.
I don't understand.
Life's so hard.
Let me turn it on. Bloody repairs, how can I help you?
I dropped a needle in my leg that has dead virus.
Stop calling me. Bye.
Oh man, this book is glorious.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So while we're waiting for Yoshi to come back, we're really just waiting until we have a good point where everyone's available to work on a new SFA and then a new Tamers. Right now, we're mostly just working on Let's Plays.
We'll get around to it. It's just we need to get, as you said, more people just kind of in the right place.
Yeah.
I think we really want to see I think we talked about the last podcast. See another episode of Digimon Tamers.
Yeah, I want to do that after SFA. Or hell, we can go right into that, really. John has offered up his writing abilities to the next episode of Tamers.
I love everyone's focusing about evil porpoises. And also, dang it, Simone.
That's so not Raven.
That's definitely not Raven.
And Birdie ducked.
Quack. Quack. Just complete opposite bark. Dang it, I messed up.
I'm going to tweet that on Birdie's Twitter.
See, the only thing I wished about the new Pokemon that it wasn't a remake, but maybe a sequel. But if I'm playing the same game I played before, well, it's like,
Ruby and Sapphire was the point where I stopped caring.
I had fun with Ruby and Sapphire. I just didn't play much after that. And no, I don't have GTA 5. I'm not much into sandbox games except for friggin' Sleeping Dogs.
But it's Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into that just because it's so ridiculous. There's some, especially since for some reason, and I guess Thorn can also test this, every time I do a Let's Play, I tend to find glitches.
Yes.
Like, I don't have to try anything, they just happen. Like, I never find them if I just play them just normally, but when I play it recorded, I suddenly, like, fall into nothingness, or people, like, fuse into my vehicle or fly out the back of it for no reason. Or people pull motorcycles out of cars.
And then the car leaves them.
Yep. I don't know what they're asking. We have bread? Yes, I suppose. Okay. That's all you're getting. I want to hear all of you guys try to do a British accent, because why not?
Yeah.
See, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
You know people talk like that in the bars.
You seem like you suck at arguing.
That was such a ridiculous improv.
It was amazing.
Listen, young man.
I'm a woman again!
I have Travis's calls that he sent to Yoshi's Ask Fluttershy. I'm gonna find them and I'm gonna play them right now.
Please do. So yeah, I had to leave because it turns out my package got here.
I've been waiting to get a package from T-Fury for a while. I ordered 2 shirts.
The thing is, I was waiting for this for days, and then it turns out the neighbors had it.
Jerks.
And like, I don't know if they used it. I'm pretty sure they didn't. But the thing was, I sent like a thing to UPS saying, "Hey, I didn't get it. You guys owe me $249." And now that I got it, I'm like, "Hey, fuck what I just said." So now I gotta stop.
Let's see if this works now.
Hello, sir. Can I ask you a question? What's your name?
This is improv completely, by the way.
Sir, what's your name? Just tell me what your name is. Okay, Butter Eye, here's the situation. The women in my computer, they're pretty sexy. Is there any way I can have sex with my computer? Well, I could explain my situation. I mean, you're willing to listen to it, right? Anyway, we've been going steady for about 3 months now, you know me and my computer. But she's been a little apprehensive in moving in with me. You know, you see, she has kind of trust issues because of her last boyfriend, and despite my best efforts, I try to show her that I'm different, and she doesn't really seem to believe it. She seems to also push me away. I don't know, I think it's just from her kind of pompous upbringing. She has a little bit of this feminist thing, you know, the chip on her shoulder, you know, ever since she got kicked out of college for smoking weed in the freshman dorm. That and her fans burn my junk. Thoughts? Any way to fix that? Oh, wait, I think I figured this out. Flash drive, got it. No, wait, Firewire port. I like this idea more. Can you go on hold? You might like this.
I think I used that one in episode 2.
And there's also the super British one I did.
That one next.
With Chester Hufflebottom.
Yeah, Bottom.
That was the one that broke her. but luckily for her, she was already at the hospital when she did it. So.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Chester Bottom. Repeat it back to me, or I will not speak to you further. Completely wrong. Anyway, I am trying to prepare my flying machine to take flight! But you see, it says something about operating system error. Is that another name for Steam? Where can I get this Operation City Cone City? That sounds like the talk of communism. Yes, so echoes off the red wall, young lady man. Your testicles are awfully red, I say. What say you? Well, let me make an offer that you cannot refuse. Well, you see, I am looking for a pilot, and, well, you seem like you suck at arguing, so you'd probably make a good subordinate. Oh, yes, the pay is poor. Oh, well, it's obviously because you're a woman, but also because you're master pilot of the sea and air or land. Well, I guess I'll just have to take my new power into the world without a horse. How much spaghetti can I get for this coal? Will it power my ship? Seriously, if you're just gonna help me out, I'm kind of having problems with my computer here, and it saying something like I can't play my flying sim. Oh, that, yeah, those You know, it's really hard to explain those things to you. Can you just give me your number and your address and possibly your credit score?
I love that.
So, when I recorded that, I was incredibly sick.
I actually had to ask you, like, when you said the pay is poor, I thought you said the pay is Paul. And, like, I was writing my responses, and I'm like, what is he saying to this thing? I didn't know what you were saying, so she was just gonna be like, what? Stop!
That's why the laugh seemed so kind of throaty, because I was so sick at the boys, like,
It really worked.
Yeah, it worked for his character for sure.
Yeah, it was my favorite call.
City Code City.
How much spaghetti can I get for this coal?
She's just trying to process everything you said, but she just can't keep up.
I love how you're just like,
Okay.
I also have the Birdie Tumblr as well, called Ask the Birdie. And I have fun writing those responses. I don't do it too often, but I'll sit down and just fill up like all the ones I have.
I think my favorite one is when I sent the question. I'm like, where was Rainbow sending like, oh well, fuck it, I'm a flying horse. And I'm a horse and I can fly, but you're a bird and you can't. And you're just like, what is a hell man? And
well, you put what the hell man? I'm like, well, to answer your latter question, the hell man lives in my apartment complex.
The hell man? It's like, it just sounds so crazy because like, yeah, he would live with somebody like that.
And then he tells a joke. He's like, that's funny. I need to tell the hell man that. The reason why I put it is someone asked.
But it was actually a pretty legitimate question, because, okay, she's a horse, she can fly, you're a bird, and your name is Birdie, and you can't.
I'm proud of this last response I did, because someone asked me to put my best joke, and I just completely made a joke up at the top of my head. So it's like a penguin, a Komodo dragon, and a horse walks into a bar. The penguin asks the barkeep for a drink. Quack. The bartender doesn't answer. The Komodo dragon asks for a drink. Hiss. Scraw. The bartender doesn't answer. The horse shakes his head and says, well, I guess the three of us will die of thirst. The penguin says, horses don't know math. He was right. I remember Yoshi texted me after this one because you asked, "Hey, Birdie, do you play any sports?" I'm like, "I cartwheel in place sometimes. It's a lot harder than it sounds. My team made nationals this year. Surprised everyone that was taking that driving test."
And she never questions it. She just takes like, hey, I can hang out with Birdie. Fuck, okay.
You can't tell I enjoy improv.
I love
Really?
Tumblr.
What is a hell man? Well, the hell man lives in my fucking apartment.
Well, sometimes if I don't have a good enough response for it, I'll just twist the phrase itself and make it ridiculous.
Oh, here's something else that's going on with the Midnight Frogs. Jacob, Verhias, and I are doing a big They Might Be Giants tribute album. We got Yoshi's gonna sing one of the songs, Lily's gonna sing a song, Verhias, Jacob, and I are gonna sing the majority of them. I think John's gonna sing a song too. It's kind of turning into a big Midnight Frogs project.
I think I linked the wrong whatever. I don't care. I do like how I just get a really short answer that really describes the way I think. It's like, Birdie, what is the meaning of life? I'm like, think with your mouth. And then you ask, so do you read any books? I'm like, is there any point to reading when you know exactly what the book says? If you read, then you know. Then you know that you know. I read that in a book once.
A Sparks tribute album would be much more difficult.
I think we're correct up Thorn with this one. It says, does anything keep you awake late at night? The thought that no matter how hard I try, I will never be able to spell the word thermometer correctly. It is a burden to bear, and I spell it correctly in the sentence. well, to be frank, which is stupid since I'm Birdie, what is a burden to a bear? And why is it specifically mine? Those bears certainly whine too much. No wonder people don't want pandas to breed. Wait, they do? Those monsters. What was your question again?
Literally no progress on any Pokemon projects.
He sent out the video, that's sort of.
Yeah, we found a video. That's it.
Oh yeah, I found the video for Mystery Dungeon.
Which, like, we spent the last 3 years, maybe,
yeah,
trying to find a
been at it
rock.
for years, and then like one night I'm just like, I guess I'll try again, whatever. And then I find it, I'm like, oh well, shit, yay me. I also have like the RAWs for the other two Mystery Dungeon ones, but I only like downloaded. It was in a torrent, so I only downloaded the one I wanted.
So you don't have both of them?
I do. I can just pull them out of the torrent, but I just haven't picked them up because I don't care for them. I'd rather focus on Team Retard if we're even gonna stick with that name anymore.
Oh yeah, Yoshi, we haven't actually announced that yet.
Oh, well, it's announced now.
Yeah, we're remaking Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Abridged. Fire Red version.
Fire Red. Fire Red's not in it, but it's the Fire Red version.
Yeah, like how all of them Pokemon remakes are named.
Will we see the whale again?
I guess.
No, nothing's like set in stone, but there's probably going to be a lot of changes, most likely.
I think either the year or the second year after PMDA went up, I had the idea of, hey, why don't we like remake PMDA as well, kind of bring that one up to our quality levels. And then we watched it again, saw how the script was utter shit. We were like, yeah, it doesn't really deserve it. This year we just decided, fuck it, let's just completely remake it. We've got Travis in line this time, so maybe the script can be good this time.
I think it's going to be much better now.
Won't have so many references to 4Kids?
Yeah, no.
Dropping that. I think that was like the very first non-Sergeant Frog thing we did.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that like our very first one wasn't all that good.
Our very first Sergeant Frog thing wasn't very good.
Yeah. We weren't very good at the start, let's be honest. Especially me, I was awful.
Well, wait, you can always look back at things you did before and be like, eh.
But it's not even an eh, it's like...
Those moments when we're just almost like we're stoned or we're riding spider and seagulls. Here's a weird little trivia thing. None of us take any form of drugs, so
yeah,
we do not need it.
The only thing, I drink a lot of coffee. That's it.
Yoshi's got caffeine. I cut down on sodas 2 years ago. So.
I don't drink sodas. Period.
Why don't we take any drugs? Why would we?
Remember, kids, drugs are bad for you. If you can do weed, I mean, I don't care, but, just don't overdo it.
And I can tell you, smoking weed does not give you motivation to do anything, so drugs don't help in your creative process, just saying. Half the time when I'm drunk, I can't type, so I definitely can't do it then. I can talk normally, but my hands basically turn into mush. Now, if you do want to hear what we sound like when we're drunk, you should listen to that New Year's Eve call that we did that I think you put up on YouTube.
No, I didn't.
Aw.
There is the Pikmin 2 part, though.
I was trying so hard to keep it afloat.
And it still worked.
Sorry.
There's a point where I got really drunk near that.
You were pretty much gone.
That's because to catch up with, I figured I have to catch up with you guys, because I assume Thorn drank a lot more than he really did.
No, so I didn't drink much at all.
I don't know if that was the same part where you're like, well, nothing here makes sense, and I'm like, look at the spider bomb. Look at the spider bomb. Does that make sense?
Well, no, it was the one where we kept on arguing about this is Dr. Pepper. And basically we started cracking up at stupid jokes just because I accidentally said frozen Coke as opposed to cold. And we started dying laughing for some reason. When you're drinking, things become 10 times funnier, even when they're not.
Yes, Spider Bomb. Pikmin 2 for the Straw Hat No.
Because there's bombs everywhere in this damn channel.
I have not played Pikmin 3 yet, but now that my semester's over and I'm getting my life back, I'm going to try out the capture card pretty soon. So I'm going to unbox my Wii U really, 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 really soon. So maybe there's spider bombs in there too. Who knows?
Hyper-melon. Everyone's hypering in the chat right now.
Hyperventilating.
I am hyper nervous.
Let
me blow my nose.
That was my favorite part of the episode. He's just standing on the thing. I'm upset. Okay, I'm over it. He just throws the rose.
We were trying to find a way to link him in, and we just figured he has a crush on Shout. Sure.
And somehow he glued it together.
But he's holding the thing, and he just, okay, I'm done. Just throws it. We're after that the whole time, and he just throws it away.
I don't give no shit.
I'm excited to do Punch-Out, especially with Doc Lewis, because who knows what we're going to come up with. Every Let's Play seems to have its own, character.
Bioshock Infinite, Elizabeth's kind of turning into that.
There's Wei Shen.
Elizabeth has turned into a fantastic character in these last 2 episodes alone.
There's Elizabeth, there's Wei Shen, the president from Pikmin 2.
P-Bot.
The grandfather of it all.
Yep. There's always one character of the thing that just sticks out the most. Even if they're not real. Like the car. And Drippy.
Fucking Drippy. I should say fucking Oliver, actually.
Oliver sucks. I've been having more fun with Oliver lately, to be honest.
I had to pause the video because I was laughing so hard when you're fighting the tank. He gets hit. We're fighting. He's just kidding.
I'm fighting. Ow! Let's dodge it.
It's so pathetic. But that's who he is.
That's the most you'll get out of that character the entire game. He's boring as shit.
It's just a giant tank. He's coming right at him. Ow!
Just imagine him doing that jig where he pops the legs up in the air. Kind of pumps his arm.
We had to give that character personality because sure as hell didn't have one of his own.
Jeepers.
Oh, they're talking about the chest hair. That's gross. Let's shave it.
It was either Dumple or Fee for Skyward Sword.
I think it was Dumple.
It was Dumple when it was with Yoshi. It was Fee when it was with Travis.
Or just a bunch of people random become characters, like the bug guys just.
And then it was Groose when Groose was there. Period.
Yep.
When the bomb just misses Demise entirely.
That's one of my favorite parts of any of our LPs.
That was just so dramatic. Dun, 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 dun. Fucking hell, so close.
Just goes right through his fins.
Yeah, Dumple did originate from Pikmin, but Dumples were an enemy, and then that carried over to Skyward Sword.
That's because of the Dumple book.
And then Pizza Joe ended up being the second place name, and that's why it's Pizza Joe in Majora's Mask, and it's going to be Pizza Joe in Wind Waker, and I will be doing Wind Waker again.
I think it was because we were upset we didn't name him Pizza Joe at the very beginning. We did the whole video where he was called Pizza Joe and took it's just too fantastic.
Pizza Joe and Mamma Mia.
Yep. First, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do for my next Let's Play. Once, so I feel like I'm getting kind of close to the end of. I don't know. I think I have a little time to go, but I'm getting closer to the end of Sleeping Dogs.
Aww.
No, it's still got a lot of time to it. So,
Oh.
I'm definitely past the first half.
Oh, I'm gonna be so sad when the Adventures of Witch ends.
His ventures will continue on always.
In your hearts.
What I love about that game is that there's never a good place to start the level because it's not linear, so it encouraged me to be creative and just creating my own little area for the character to appear when the video starts. Whereas I'm thinking possibly the next game is The Last of Us, but that's kind of depressing, so it's like,
Don't the characters talk a lot or something in it?
They do talk a lot.
So, and me going into the game, like, I haven't played it yet. So. Then again, I haven't played much of Bioshock Infinite either. I did start it, but I ended up getting sidetracked.
No, we don't want to do a voice character Let's Play. Those get old within the first 5 minutes.
I'm kind of curious about the whole, because we discussed how, if people would want to see us do question-based sort of stuff, like just discuss video games. I didn't check the responses for that, but...
I haven't seen it. I meant to do it yesterday.
And now nobody has offered any additional ideas in the comments. But some people have said they would like to at least see more videos along that line, so...
Well, hey, we can ask the chat now. Is there anything you'd like us to discuss about video games?
I've also wanted to do things like lists, like our favorite levels in a game.
Yep.
Favorite songs, since Travis and I are music buffs. That's a good idea, where filler ends and begins.
Yeah, we can always add this to lists for next video material. I mean, hopefully you like to listen to us talk, unless it gets annoying, but I assume if you're here, you like to listen to us talk. Otherwise, you're just torturing yourself. Why? Don't do that! The more pathetic you make all of it sound, the more perfect it is.
I just love how pathetic it is.
Well, half the time I don't aim to even do any correct pronunciation. It's just like, ow!
We're saving the fucking... Well, what the hell is the place called? I already forgot. Magic Land?
Where, in Ni no Kuni?
Yeah, what's it called? The place again?
Just the other world.
Yeah, they don't give an official name.
Magic Land. There, it's better.
Because adding any more information to that would be too hard to a 70-hour game.
Like, I want to say the game maybe's already broken you, but it's just, like, you guys don't sound like you're having fun anymore.
It's a long game. And I had, like, especially the more I played it, like, there's some elements I like of it, but it's also a lot of, like, man, you can't get away with RPGs being this basic at this point.
Well, Ni no Kuni is kind of weird. If it had actually broken me, I would have stopped the LP. It's not Sonic Adventure 2, but...
I think we're having fun at its expense, so we're getting away with that for now.
We're having fun at its expense. It's still actually kind of harder to watch it and commentate it than it was to record it. Because I wasn't paying attention to the dialogue anyway.
Because the thing was, for like the other 13 parts, I was always watching the screen, but for 14, I had to stop, take breaks, because I'm just like, holy shit, they don't stop talking. The characters, not you guys, but it's just,
Yeah.
I'm just like watching it, and then I just stop looking at the screen because I'm like, it doesn't actually matter, does it?
Just pause and read what they're saying. It's like, it's the most useless crap. It doesn't develop the world around them. It's just like, it's...
I do that sometimes because I'm like, hey guys, I'm trying to get invested in the story here, and then I read 2 lines of dialogue, and I'm like, never mind.
I'm going to do an experiment. Once we get out of Yule, which is the next place that we go to after this, I'm just going to skip all the dialogue, but I'm not going to mention it. I'm going to see if anyone notices.
So things happened.
Yeah, Ni no Kuni is kind of like how Bomberman LPs go. Although we started out right from the beginning saying the dialogue is pointless, but as the LP goes on, we just still have to sit through the dialogue, so it just gets fatiguing.
I get more bothered by the characters. Oliver's such a boring character.
But they do a lot of talking than doing anything is what gets me.
They have no personality.
We should go to this thing. Why? 'Cause we have to. Good point. We should all go to the thing. You're right. And then they go
Oliver, don't forget we need to go there, Ollie boy.
Okay.
We'll go.
No, before that, where is it?
Let's drudge it!
Let's grind it. I'm kind of thrown off by the trope in RPGs like that you could heal by eating a sandwich. Like, I just imagine Oliver getting run over by a tank and be like, oh god, starts eating a tuna fish sandwich. I'm better now. A fish bagger.
Fish bagger!
I do love that character, too. In the presence of Drippies.
It can be Midnight Frogs or Straw Hat, no.
Or
Just
just
the same
us.
people.
As long as it involves anything, it's the project that, we've done.
Guys, you're stealing jokes from Sergeant Frog and Jedders.
Gosh. Oh, fuck. I hear the asshole who did Pikmin 2 is now doing lesbian horses. What a fuck.
Thorn, do you possibly have any ska songs or bands you could possibly suggest? Definitely check out the Specials, Madness, and the English Beat. Those are my 3 favorites.
I'm kind of stereotypical. I like the Streetlight Manifesto.
That's the only one I recognize.
They're like third wave, aren't they?
Yeah, I like the fact that they put a lot more emphasis in the actual fucking instrumentals for the brass and everything. But the other one I really like. Let me find them on my list.
Yeah, I'm big into the second wave British two-tone.
Oh, RX Bandits is a pretty good one too. That's the other one I was trying to think of.
As far as individual ska albums, the Special self-title is a masterpiece. The very first Madness album, One Step Beyond, and the English Beat, let me check out what it's called. It's their first album as well.
Next question we also got was favorite video game soundtrack. That's tough.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask? I just can't stop it. That's the first English Beat album.
I think the one that's been timeless for me in regards to video game albums is the Skies of Arcadia album. Mainly just because it's so nostalgic for me and the music is fantastic.
I'd say one of my favorite soundtracks is the soundtrack to Smash Brothers Brawl. Because the arrangements are really, really fucking good.
Another one up there for me is Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, especially Nintendo as of lately, like a lot of the Mario games have a lot of big band stuff, which I love. Like Super Mario World, Super Mario 3D World, like it's all just orchestrated, big band everything. They have real saxophones, they have real everything, and that's right up my alley. Mario
Spend
Galaxy.
good money on things like that sort of thing. It gets you more into it. The music, and especially if you have good composers and things like that.
Yeah, Koji Kondo, like that guy can do fucking anything.
Austin Winter, he just released a piano version of all of his music from Journey. Definitely heavy recommend picking up that one. Just got that one myself. Because I did that Journey Let's Play a while ago, and I still love the game, and his music's great, and oh yeah, just listen to it. It's really good.
As much shit as I give Skyward Sword, it's probably one of the best soundtracks in Zelda.
Oh yeah,
This is already one of my favorite series as far as soundtracks. Like just the boss fight for Clock Dose. That song alone is incredible.
I just really like the main theme.
The best ending credit song, in my opinion, came from an Xbox game known as Panzer Dragoon Orta. If you ever want to listen to a really good outro song, it's different, but it's orchestrated. It has this like tribal stuff mixed into it. Oh, it's so good.
What are some other favorite boss themes?
Boss themes.
I really dig the Ornstein and Smough fight in Dark Souls.
The boss fight music from Lost Odyssey was really good. It was done by the same guy who did all the stuff for Final Fantasy, but I like the music he did for this game considerably better. Probably some of the cleanest sounding, most big bam orchestrated music I've heard.
I really like. I'm just stuck on Zelda and Dark Souls right now, but I've always really dug the boss fight music for Majora's Mask. I always really liked the kind of driving rhythm, but I'm kind of going back again to the Ocarina of Time non-dragon boss fights, just because it's just so chaotic.
Now, if there's one I like to listen to, just because it's almost perfect for working out with, for boss themes, is any of the boss themes from Metal Gear Rising.
I did not expect to like those, but I really do.
I'm surprised you like them.
Yeah, I know. They just somehow kind of work.
They especially get you pumped up. It's like I used to use it whenever I'd go jogging and stuff, and it really got me that extra energy. And I think anytime you invest in a lot of those things, like the music and stuff, and the audio especially, people underestimate the power of audio, and music is just, when music's fantastic, it just brings you in the world more.
Yeah.
The weird thing about Skies of Arcadia's music is they do have some parts that are orchestrated, and some of them are just pretty basic sounding at first, but the tunes they pick just get so stuck in your head, and they're simple, but they're great. Ugh. I love listening to that soundtrack. I think you'd like Yoshi because it's very One Piece like.
Oh yeah, it's Skies of Arcadia. Like I just genuinely like pirates, like even before One Piece. So, and it's about like them in the sky, so I could totally like get into that. One of my favorite boss themes is the Mulgara fight from Wind Waker.
Oh yeah.
It was so good that they even put it in Brawl. And they didn't make an arrangement. It's just the same one from the game.
I'm annoyed that in Wind Waker HD they quieted down the.
Oh yeah, I heard they did something to that thing. I don't know. I like the boss theme for Star Fox 64 because it just sounds really good.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like you're really like in the middle of fighting. What you're doing actually matters. It's just so dramatic because you're shooting fucking space animals and shit, but it means like oh god, dodge this, and you get into it.
Star Fox 64 had a good soundtrack. It is kind of like Ocarina of Time. The instruments sound the same and kind of dated, but it does sound kind of like a space war movie.
It's Koji Kondo's the music maker. He does the music for Mario, Zelda, and Star Fox. I think he does more, but those three I know.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
The one I'd love to listen to get reorchestrated as well, just because it's music that people don't talk about much in regards to Nintendo, is Kirby music. I love a lot of the tunes in Kirby. They were just so peppy and bright, and they were just great.
Oh, I remember another really good Star Fox one. Star Wolf's theme from Star Fox Assault.
Oh yeah, that again, like that arrangement was so good that not only did they do like a brawl mix for that theme, but they also brought in the Assault one because it's just that good. The trumpet?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
The soundtrack, I think, is the one thing most people agree is good about Star Fox Assault.
If you want to hear a soundtrack I didn't expect to be as good as it was Rayman Origin.
Oh yeah, Rayman Origins. It's goofy. But...
I feel like they orchestrated like a normal song, and then they'll add like a kazoo in it, or like a but it fits. And they're just like this. It's so unique and different, but I liked it a lot. Like there's a whole song that has kind of a flamenco thing, but they're playing this kazoo in the background because it's about a mosquito. It's like one of the best. It's like one of the best songs in the thing.
I like other in that the lava world. They have the chipmunks going ay ay ay, and there's like a guy in the back. Oh
yeah.
I thought of another one. Anyone heard the Neverhood soundtrack?
I don't think so.
The only song I know from the Neverhood is the bonus room song.
Oh, that's from Skull Monkeys, yeah.
Yeah, one of those two. I keep
little bonus. I need to send you guys. Well, I need to find it again first. I need to send you the soundtrack for that game. It's kind of incredible. It's like redneck beatboxing, Dixieland jazz, bluegrass crap. It's ridiculous.
Another good what is that album again? I'm kind of a huge dark Western nerd. I love Westerns just because maybe it's just the Texan in me, but I always did like it. I gotta find this guy did a video game for both iPhones and iPads and stuff, but the music was fantastic, and it kind of had this Western-ish quality to it that I really digged. I mean, you can say the same thing like, oh yeah, Westerns and all, but if you like the Borderlands 2 music, that was very much Western influenced.
Oh yeah, totally.
The Last of Us was very Western influenced as well. There's a lot of music out there that is. Bastion. It was
Oh yeah.
Their soundtrack was fantastic, and they had a lot of this. I mean, a kind of a good tone for Western is they use it's a very rough sounding playing acoustic, and they very finger plucked, and it's kind of a Spanish-based guitar, but it has a very twangy sound, but it sounds really good. It was only 2 people that composed that. It was like one guy that composed the entire thing, and plus one singer, but it was like, oh, it was so good. Right now, I had to I'm not in my new place yet, kind of had a job situation happen to where I can't quite move yet, but I'll be moving soon. But gotta find a new job now. Anyway, favorite first-person shooter?
007 Agent Under Fire.
Borderlands 2.
I'm not the biggest fan of first-person shooters. Oddly enough, one of my favorites back in the day was The Darkness. I mean, not that far back, but it was back when I had a 360. And yes, there was a point when I had one. Maybe it was because I expected nothing of it into being really good. Borderlands 2 is definitely up there. Took me a while to get into it, though, but mainly just because it's a slow crawl game. It's not one of those games that just jumps you right into it. I mean, when you're low level, you kind of suck.
But when you become decent and you have like a good build, holy shit.
Yeah, I've been kind of focusing primarily on this Necromancer because it's cool to build a giant killer monster at your disposal. Haven't tried much of the Gunzerker. Haven't tried really any of the Commando.
I've mainly play as Assassin, but I do like Commando.
I really do like the Siren because I think it's pretty cool to be able to phase lock people, and a lot of the abilities are cool like that. I just been digging the Necromancer because you can combine shock abilities with what I like is that you kind of have a way of making her stronger the more people you kill. Not with the Anarchy ability, but there's a lot of it where it's just like every time you kill a person, you and Deathtrap become faster and become stronger. And the more people you kill, the longer Deathtrap stays out there. So I'm just killing more people, and he's staying out longer there and getting stronger and stronger, and I'm getting stronger and stronger. And it's pretty great.
I haven't played the Psycho, but I know that the Psycho can be broken. Like,
I'm sure if we get the right shield combination and stuff,
you just never die, apparently, if you have like a decent build for Psycho.
The last time I played Borderlands, I made a Necromancer, and then I leveled her up to where I could help this one guy who was doing a Let's Play of it. And then I helped him for a couple parts, and then he stopped doing the Let's Play and then never picked it up again.
Last time I played Borderlands, I ended up finishing it, and I started doing the DLC maps. And I accidentally started like Tina's game by accident, because I was looking at the world map and I noticed that one was like purple, so I was like, oh, what's this, a secret world? And I'm like, ah, shit, I started a DLC. And when you start a DLC, they give you a whole bunch of cutscenes too, so I had to sit through that. I was like, this is cool, but let me finish, give me kill Jack, you know? So I ended up playing that DLC for a bit, and I was at the slot machine, and I accidentally lined up all 3 of the Borderlands symbols on a slot machine, and I ended up getting like this incredibly, ridiculously overpowered rocket launcher that if you fire it once, it explodes in its line of fire too. Like, it leaves like a trail of explosion bubbles behind it after you shoot it, and it only costs like I think like 2-3 ammo, and I had like a pretty big clip. So. And you can kill yourself, too, because it shoots out kind of slow. Like, if you shoot it out and you walk into it, you can just immediately be in fight for your life mode.
Wow.
Because it was just so overpowered and ridiculous. Although, despite that, fire enemies, it's a fire element, so if you shoot at a fire, it doesn't do shit, but everything else just dies.
I got this one RPG that's pretty awesome that it shoots like 3 rockets that hit for tons of damage, and then I just throw the rocket and it shoots off like a missile and hits people.
Oh yeah,
so that's how it reloads.
It's a neat idea, but I don't like them. Like, it's cool, but I don't like that. I don't know why.
It's a quick reload though. That's what I like about it. It's the fastest reloader. I'm really hating the dull sniper rifles though, because it's just like, I'm gonna fire this once while zoomed in. Use the 6 bullets. God damn it.
Personally, I like incendiary weapons. I just love fire.
Well, my character has a lot of strengths towards shock, so I use that a lot.
I tend to like have like elemental weapons. Like I have an incendiary sniper rifle, an electric shotgun. I have 2 other rocket launchers, you know, for acid and other stuff in case like my overpowered one doesn't cut it. I have an assault rifle too, which aims for critical damage. I just like having like, you know, my options where I can just kill anything without having to worry about anything.
What's the one game that you always go back to playing when you have nothing to do?
The games that I normally go to are just like side scrollers and stuff.
Probably Fire Emblem-based games, because they don't require me to have any kind of fast responsive or time. It's basically kind of like playing chess. Like, I could just sit there and play along with it. It's one of my favorite franchises too. So I really hope that Sakurai puts a better Smash character in it. I never liked Marth.
Well, he's kind of like the face of the series, apparently. So
He's like the original hero of Fire Emblem.
yeah, he's already back in. So if they're gonna put another character, it's probably gonna be the new guy.
I hope they put him in Crom. I hope they put either Crom or they put his daughter. I liked his daughter kind of even more.
I don't really go back to any games. I only go back to a game if I'm in the process of playing through it. I think the only game I've gone back to multiple times is Majora's Mask. Right now, I'm just busy going through Dark Souls 2 for the second time.
So you could say Dark Souls.
Sure. Well, I'll give Dark Souls 2 some credit. Some of the crap that I gave it, none of the bosses are bullshit hard. Just earlier today, I did beat it for the second time. And I still haven't beaten Dark Souls 1 for the second time, because fuck the Four Kings. I just got reminded of something. Yoshi, you switched your major to English from television, was it?
I switched from theater to English.
Oh, that's perfect. Because I just remember, you guys know Adam Sessler?
Yeah.
In a few interviews, he's mentioned when he went into college, he went into theater as well. And then he saw some of the people in theater, and he changed to English.
So I'm gonna grow up to be an X-Play 2?
Say goodbye to your hair.
Fuck. Well, I don't care about that. I mean, when I get a haircut, I like bald for a bit anyways.
And you've got a beard.
Yeah, there's a beard too. So
That was the reason I stopped taking a major in film, is because I kind of found out what douchebags did film majors. So I was like, I don't want to interact with these people.
Well, the only reason why I switched was because, like, the point of me being in theater class to begin with, having the major in the theater, was like, oh man, I'm gonna get some acting experience and stuff. But the thing is, like, I had to get through all of my regular classes first. And then it was just like, I get all of my acting from home anyway, and all the projects I do and all the things I get into, so it's like, there's really no point of me taking an acting class. I mean, it would be nice, but it's like, I don't want to be a theater guy in the future. Like, I didn't want to be in the production of Peter Pan 2 or the musical or whatever. Like, I just kind of did it for acting experience, and I never got to that point, so I just said, fuck it, and I just switched it to English because I write more than I do act. I mean, I do both, but still, writing is what I do the most.
That does make more sense. Yoshi and Morgan, yes. One funny guy and the one woman who really shouldn't have been in front of a camera.
Adam Sessler, and who gives a shit in next play.
It's too bad Sessler last month he retired from doing game reviews. He's going to be working behind the scenes now.
Well, I understand. I'd understand.
He's been in it for over a decade. I mean, I rarely really liked X-Play, honestly. I watched it, but they just got so overawed, so over-focused on their skits and being insulting rather than supposedly brutally honest.
Then it got to the point where they weren't even doing skits, and they were just bullshitting.
Yeah. But when he went on to Rev 3 Games, and he was allowed to just be himself and actually talk about the games, it was so much better, and I'm kind of sad that he only stuck around with that for a few months.
It was clear that X-Play was basically just kind of forcing him to lower his intelligence level.
Yeah, and he's clearly a very smart guy. And he's very funny, so it was nice to let him be in his own element, without any of the higher-ups requiring him to be something else. I don't know, the thing with Sessler, it's either 2012 or early 2013, he got fired from X-Play, and nobody told him why. So he spent several months just kind of doing nothing. I think he was doing some consulting for video games. And then he got invited to be the executive producer for Rev 3 Games, and he did that. And now he's retired from that, and he's back to consulting. Had an interesting journey. Look up some interviews with him. He's an interesting guy. What are some lists you guys would want to do?
Lists?
Like top 5, whatever.
Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of a little turned off on the whole top 10, top 5, that because when people make videos with those things, it's kind of obvious which ones they're gonna pick. Like, okay, my top 10 games: Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy VII. It's like, I've seen it so many times, I just don't even care anymore.
Well, we're not them, so
yeah, that's another thing. We're us,
and we've already discussed how we're not into origin stories much. Origin gaming points. Final Fantasy VII is the best one, despite being a bunch of other RPGs that are better than it now.
That's why we could do something kind of different. There's this one guy, Kadikarus, who did something like top 10 games everyone loves, but I don't. Top 10 games I like, but no one else does.
Oh, Cat Icarus. I've heard of him. I think I've seen a couple of his things.
He's alright. Kind of overwrought too, but... Travis, you saw the new Godzilla, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
How was it?
Not very good. I'm very sad about that statement too, because I love Godzilla.
Aw. Is it better than the 98 one? The one with...
A little?
Oh.
I mean, it's better because it didn't have Matthew Broderick and iguanas.
Because, like, I've been seeing the commercials for The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the best Spider-Man ever, and the internet's like, no, it's not.
It's gotten awful reviews.
But... And then again with Godzilla. Godzilla, best Godzilla in years, and you go, no, it wasn't.
Well, it depends. It's form your own opinions and that kind of things. You might join others, but the first 30 minutes promised a better movie than it turned into. I feel like if I say much, it's going to spoil it. But
it doesn't die in the end.
Huh?
Does the monster die at the end or something?
Well, I'm not going to say anything because it's spoiling. Again, if you want to see it, go ahead. It's a decent Godzilla movie. I just expected a lot more out of it.
I'm going back to the list things. What do you guys want to do? Like something like that, something different from the usual.
We can even have random ridiculous lists too.
Yeah, I could give it a shot.
Top 5 characters we love from games we hate.
Oliver's number 1.
Characters we love.
Only because of let's do it and stuff like that, not because I actually give a shit about it.
So I own Pacific Rim and haven't watched it yet. I have it on Blu-ray. And I just need to watch it at some point. I hear it's good, though. But I'm going to keep my expectations down because the last Gaiju movie I saw, I kind of disappointed.
Everyone I've seen liked it except for Revi. She hated it.
I know like one other person at my job that hated it, but other than that.
Games that go under the radar, that's kind of the same thing as just underrated games, which that gets kind of predictable as well.
Top 5 game monkeys.
Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong and Cranky Kong.
Monkey dance!
The monkey from Twilight Princess.
Of course I'm staring fucking smile. Number one, the monkey from Twilight Princess. Doesn't even have a name.
Look at that ass.
Look at my ass.
Look at his ass. Top 5 scenes that made a good game a bad game. Like a moment that just happened where you're just like, fuck this. Or a moment that made a bad game a good game.
The beginning of Ni no Kuni.
You can't keep on using that as an example.
I don't like Ni no Kuni. I haven't even played it and I hate it. That's the one game where I can get away with saying that.
Top 5 standout voice actors in a cast of crap. Shada!
Dan Green as the donkey from Viva Pinata. Shit game, but randomly. That is what's acting, children.
Oh man, Dan Green, I loved you in Viva Pinata when you were Green Pinata guy.
When you were a donkey.
Oh yes, that's my most famous role. Another fucking autograph.
The most famous one he did was a porn.
That was funny.
That was funny. Look at my cock. As I played in defense mode.
I think Dark Souls is the first Metroidvania-esque game I've ever really gotten into, so I don't think I have much of an opinion on them.
You didn't play Metroid games much?
No, I think I've only played Zero Mission.
My favorite one on that by far is Metroid Fusion. That was such a good game. Favorite guilty pleasure games? The ones where we know we shouldn't like them, but we do.
Yeah, that's kind of the games we like that no one else does, kind of list.
Well, that's more of a personal taste thing. We know that we shouldn't like them. It's not that people don't, dislike them in general. It's just like, I can't believe I'm actually enjoying this game.
Well, that's kind of the lists I'd want to do, opinion pieces. Not like big, important journalist lists. We're not journalists. We're fucks on the internet.
5 games that pissed us off.
CRLPs. Yeah, preferably lists that don't direct back to our LPs usually.
Well, if you can think of any of those lists as a way of directing to the LPs, but we don't have to think that way.
Yeah,
top 5 games that you were anticipating, but then it turns out it was just not what you wanted at all.
CRLPs.
We can say that about anything at this point.
Who the fuck wanted to play
Yeah.
Bomberman?
I did.
Fair enough.
Top 10 games that are number 1 in everyone else's top 10 games, but aged horribly or weren't as good as everyone remembers. Ocarina of Time.
CRLPs.
CRL. The Ocarina of Time, GoldenEye. It's basically what everyone puts on an overrated list. But they put on the blinders. They're thinking in the short term, not in the long term, and it's just makes them come across as assholes. See JonTron and the video we took down. Top 5 worst gaming purchases we ever made. Maybe top 5 biggest disappointments. I still vividly remember renting Quest 64, hating it, returning it, and then like a year later trying it again because I was a dipshit.
Because you were like, oh, I was young, so I might not have understood it, but then it turns out, oh, the game is just bad.
Yeah.
Any game made by David Cage.
Movie.
Because I always expect a good story because of how much he hypes it up and everyone else does. And then I play it and it's a shit story with shit acting.
But
Jason!
Sean! There was a moment you just ever gave up on a game. Not because it was bad, but because it was just too hard. You just said, that's it.
4 Kings and Dark Souls New Game Plus.
For me, it was in Street Fighter Alpha 3, M. Bison, and that, it wasn't story mode, it was like the big mode of the game. I forgot what it was called, but like, it was like a, sort of like an RPG kind of mode where you went around and you fought like a whole bunch of things, and I got to the end, but I could not for the life of me beat Shin Bison at all to save my life. Because, like, the thing is, as soon as the announcer guy says, go! He's already using his level 3 special in the first millisecond of the fight, and even if you block that, you lose 30% of your health.
Reminds me of the fight they had in the fighting game Arcana Hearts, which was like all schoolgirl fighting characters, but at the end of it, you end up fighting like this angel chick that has a special that she could do at a millisecond of time. So unless you're blocking it in advance, you get hit by it because it fills the whole screen. And if you lose, you have to start the whole game over again. So you have one shot.
I fucking hate games where if you lose at a boss, you have to watch the fucking cutscene and you can't skip it.
Here's 5 gaming trends that need to die.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I first experienced it in Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, are you serious?
Not even unskippable cutscenes in a boss fight. Having to redo a 3-part boss fight.
Oh yeah.
Escort missions.
That's predictable.
I think at this point, rechargeable shields are kind of getting obnoxious to me.
Like,
I mean, it loses all kind of difficulty in a game when I get hit by something and I just hide for a couple seconds and I'm back to full health again.
oh, that's a modern game FPS thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's something that started with Halo, and every game does it now. Even games where you inexplicably have a shield. Like in BioShock, you don't drink a potion and have a shield. I'm sorry. I like the game, but that's kind of stupid.
At least Borderlands gives you the option. You can take it off whenever you want, but you'll probably die in like 2 seconds.
If you're a badass to last the game without a shield, man.
I don't care if having multiple save files in Pokemon would break it. Just if they had a better method of rewriting the save than having to press start, select whatever the hell it is, and if you accidentally start a new game without deleting it, you don't lose everything you did.
Why doesn't Pokemon games just like save on a cloud system, and then when you get a new one that comes out, you get some kind of experience base or something from each one? I mean, we're in the cloud system era, so it's possible. Whereas Nintendo's always a little bit further behind in that regard. Games like to see remade in a current generation console.
Majora's Mask, already yes.
Well, no, I'm not actually asking an question, but that's a question we could do.
Right. I think the podcast is winding down now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say bye because I want to eat.
Okay.
Okay, guys, thanks for the podcast. It was great. Bye.
All right, see everyone.
That podcast, I'm good. Go. Bye.